Welcome back to Movies on the Focus, the podcast where we dissect cinematic masterpieces and occasionally stumble upon cinematic missteps. I'm your host, Bob, and with me as always is the delightfully opinionated Alice.
Hey everyone. And Bob, let's just say today's masterpiece might leave some viewers a little submerged. We're diving headfirst into Das Boot.
That's right, Alice. Das Boot, a 1981 German film, a claustrophobic thriller set during World War II aboard a German U-boat. Directed by the legendary Wolfgang Petersen, the man who later brought us Troy and The Perfect Storm. Talk about range.
Range indeed. This wasn't your typical war movie, Bob. No glorious battle scenes on a sweeping landscape. It was all cramped quarters, sweat, tension, and the ever-present fear of depth charges. Released in 1982, it's rated R. Presumably for the intense psychological stress alone.
Exactly. And the critical acclaim? Oh boy. It garnered 6 Oscar nominations, which is incredible considering its foreign language status. It snagged 13 wins and 12 nominations overall. A pretty impressive haul. Plus, the ratings are killer. 8.4 on IMDb, 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, and an 85 on Metacritic. The critics clearly loved feeling trapped in a submarine for nearly 3 hours.
Haha. True, though I think the nearly 3-hour runtime might be the thing that sinks some viewers, but those who stick with it are rewarded. Remember that iconic scene, Bob, with the torpedoes failing to launch? Pure nail-biting tension.
Oh, absolutely. That, and the relentless claustrophobia, the constant threat of death from above and below, the sheer psychological toll on the crew. It's unforgettable. Another memorable scene is the attack on the convoy. It's intense and brutal, capturing the stark reality of submarine warfare. And the sound design. Wow, that alone makes it worth watching.
Totally. The sound design is unbelievably effective in creating that feeling of being trapped underwater. It's a film that stays with you long after the credits roll. So, Bob, final verdict? Should our listeners brave the depths with Das Boot?
If you can handle intense, claustrophobic cinema and appreciate a realistic portrayal of war, then yes, absolutely. But be warned, it's a commitment. Prepare to be submerged in a world of tension and suspense.
Indeed. And that's a wrap on Das Boot. Join us next time for another cinematic adventure here on Movies on the Focus.